list could go on and on with that one. What about Shane? The stunt man.
To some degree,
Yeah,
it's true, isn't it? I mean, he's got to be a tough guy. He's done some ridiculous things, and like a man probably who hasn't got that much fear as well. You know, he's not afraid to jump off of anything by the looks of it.
Yeah, Terry Funk as well. I'll put in there. That guy don't stop. So yeah. Anyway, answer that question. So next up, we've got another fascinating name, Dow Powell. Why did this is out of nowhere? Why did the Brainbusters not make it in WWE? They were such a great team in WCW. For anybody that doesn't know, the Brainbusters was Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, and they were sort of WCW sort of names, and then Vince put his own spin on it, the Brainbusters. Imagine being Arn Anderson, like, you come in with this legit team. And, I mean, they're lucky, really, they get their names changed, because that could have been even worse, couldn't it? The Pinky and the Brain or something. I mean, God knows. But, Brainbusters. Of course, the only good thing about it was they was managed by Bobby Heenan. But actually, there is a really good match between the Brainbusters. I well recommend this, Dow Powell, if you haven't seen this. But the Brainbusters versus the Hart Foundation is a really great tag team match. And it was almost like WWF's, at the time, best up against the WCW. It's a really good match to go back on and watch. But I think the reason they didn't work out, quite frankly, they just didn't... They didn't have that sort of gimmicky type thing that the WWF were looking for at that time. And this was a time, believe it or not, where tag team wrestling was like very, very high standard, Matt, wasn't it? I mean, there was loads of teams, the Ruggiero brothers, Legion of Doom, and I mean, the Rockers, the list goes on. I mean, there were so many teams back then. The Nasty Boys, like, established, even the Bushwhackers were popular. That it was easy to get lost in there. You had to be pretty credible back then, Matt, to get a run, even for Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, no matter how good they were. And they were a good unit. But I just think in WWF at the time, they had such a good tag team division that it was quite hard to get past that.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that. I think you hit it nail on the head with that. I feel like, it was a bit more cartoony, as I keep on saying. You know, I feel like you really did have to appeal to the kids to a certain degree, and they weren't like that. They were more of an adult. They were more gritty, weren't they? I mean, today they would have probably gotten over great. Be something more akin to the Revival, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe the Revival are not so much a fun thing for kids to see, but the adults definitely get something out of it. Yeah,
what was true with those guys, like the Revival, is there was like no standout guy in the team. Like, they were both equals. And you get that with some teams. But then, like, I think even with the Hart Foundation, I knew Brett was going to be the guy that was going to go on, type of thing. But also watch, saying the Hart Foundation, there's another great match with the Brainbusters against the Bulldogs. That's a hell of a match as well, with Dynamite and Davey. So check that out. Okay, we'll take the last question now, Matt. Coming to the end of the show, and it's another old friend of ours, Stay Lucky. And he says, I thought AEW was amazing. NXT UK was very high standard. But in the end, I attended New Japan. And it was the greatest. I would pay that over anything else at the moment. Your feelings. Well, Matt, as spoke about that earlier, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Stay Lucky. I'm glad you were there. And of course, I should always mention this. P.S. Stay Lucky. Always says that at the end. That's his trademark outro there to him. But Matt, you were there as well. I mean, in terms, your pay-per-views, would that be one you'd go out your way for to pay over anything else? I mean, what would you go and see? WWE live, or would you go and see New Japan?
Oh yeah, I'd see New Japan.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I feel like it's very important in New Japan that the ranking system, every match has a purpose. There's nothing just thrown out there for no reason. Everything interlinks to the next one, and wins and losses definitely mean something to them. And you can see the progression. And it's a structure that can work so extremely well as well, because it just everyone there seems like a superstar.
Yeah.
Even like the British people like Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay and everything. Even people coming from across the seas to go to Japan. You know, that they work hard and it all pays off. And Tanahashi, you know, he's still their top guys, like John Cena, but he's been going years and years and you know, still incredible. And, you know, Okada, like we said before, Ishii even, you know, he's put in so much work, and every time you see him fighting, and he can be in the ring with anyone, and you still believe that he has a real credible chance of winning, no matter who he's standing across the ring from. You could put him in there with Okada, and it could be a great match, but you could still feel that he's racked up enough wins to have that momentum to get there by the time you get to the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, glad you liked it. Stay lucky. Glad you was in attendance for it. And as Matt's already alluded to, you know, hopefully they come back over. I'll definitely be there the next time they come. That's for sure. Until then, so we are at the end of our show now. It just gives me time to make sure everybody. Want you guys to go and check out wrestleline.co.uk. We're keeping things as updated as I possibly can there. We've got some new features that are going to take place later on this month, plus next month some new stuff starting as well. But everything you need to know wherever we are is all going to be on there. And we've got Ring of Honor that we're going to be attending. And I've got to say this as well and give you guys the first heads up on this, is that we've had some really positive talks with their guys, and we're hoping to work some interviews in over their tour in the UK, which is going to be, you know, absolutely fantastic for us and you guys that we can do that. A few more names have been added to the list, Matt. I mean, I'm quite excited that Jeff, what's his name, Jeff Cobb is going to be over. Like, I like that guy. I don't know what it is about him, but I kind of enjoy his work. And seeing him there, of course, and Ring of Honor, just, you know, always a great delight to go and watch. I don't think we've ever come away from a show, one of their shows, thinking we've, you know, been done out of anything. Really, quite frankly, they pretty much leave it out on the line, and they're so good with the fans. They're so transparent with the fans. There's no us and you type thing. They're just all as one. They really don't go around giving it, you know, the big I am, if you know what I mean. They are very interactive with their audience, which is fantastic. And also, guys, want to give you another opportunity here on the podcast. Our competition is running live at the moment. If you want a chance to win a fantastic prize, I mean, there is literally a lot of stuff in one go, and only one person can win the lot. Really, really easy, and the only way you can get involved is to go along to our website, wrestleline.co.uk. It's on our front page. Go down, find out how to enter. Very, very simple, and you may be the lucky person to get that prize. And it's well worth it. I mean, it's going to cost you nothing. It's just like literally going to take about 60 seconds, if that. If you're a computer whiz, it's going to take about 30 seconds. I mean, what is the harm in that of checking that out for something completely free that you could be in for a chance of getting? So yeah, check that out. And yeah, I think that's about it until next time. Matt, of course, is going away to Florida now. So you know he'll be there the next time we're around. But so happy holidays to you, Matt, and be safe, obviously. And that goes for everybody that's out there at the moment with this weather stuff going on. But we hope that we may see you in Hogan's bar out there, Matt, and scouting out the venue for WrestleMania 36.
Yeah, a little bit early for that, though, aren't I? So.
Well, you never know. You never know. The way they promote, you probably see some of the ships.
Things they do these days.
Yeah, some of the ships and pirate stuff's probably going on as we're speaking. You know what that's going to be like. Oh, God, Bennett, I can't even get my head around that at the moment. Yeah, so happy holidays to you. And I'll be attending Progress Wrestling next. I'm really looking forward to going back there at the Ali Pally. So anybody that's going along and listens to us, I will be there working press that day, hoping to get some interviews as well that day. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the main event, because it kind of continues from the last one I went and saw in person, which was the winner of the Super Strong Style 16 weekend that myself and Matt attended to, you know, all 3 days. Fantastic tournament. David Starr going up against Walter, whatever you want to call him now. David and Goliath match happening again, and of course a lot of the NXT UK guys are on hand, and actually NXT. Matt Riddle is going to be there. Pete Dunne is showing up, but we're not sure what he's doing yet. Moustache Mountain is there, so quite an array of talent coming in for this one, considering there was a lot of rumours saying they weren't having their guys back, but it seems like they are to me. So, looking forward to that as well. And again, I'll have all coverage of that going on at the time I'm there, so stay tuned. And, thank you again, once again. I just want to make sure everybody knows that, because I know that some of our... Some listeners that don't always email in questions actually email me about the show, and some of you people do an amazing job for us, like spreading our word, and you tell me where you've got it across. So I want to thank all those people once again for doing that. It helps us. Very, very appreciative of it, because again, it's helping us immensely at the moment. And going into the YouTube thing is new for us, and it's a little bit daunting because we're not established there as such, whereas we are on the podcast. But so far, so good. We've been running 2 days, and all good, Matt. I think from our end, we're busy, aren't we, this month, Matt? That's for sure.
Oh yeah, always keeping busy. I mean, after this crazy weekend as well, it's almost like a bit of a relaxing, time ahead after this. But yeah, it's definitely still loads to come, and I'm looking forward to doing more episodes of the Mag 7 and all that stuff. So much stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah, definitely is. And don't forget, next week, Magnificent 7 for you guys on the YouTube channel. And although we won't be around on a podcast, we're sending out another trilogy. So that's going to be out whilst Matt is away. You will still get to hear a podcast there. So, until then, folks, I've been John Scott. He's been Essex. We'll see you next time.